Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I wanted to jump on today to talk about why I quit my job and how I knew, or when I knew, that I was going to pursue YouTube full time. I've been thinking about my job and what I want to do and how I want to live for like 5 years. I really have. There's a whole backstory to how I've gotten to this place, and I kind of wanted to give you some insight into how I came to these conclusions. So when my husband passed away 5 years ago, I took 8 months off work. And during that time, I was grieving, obviously, and I spent so much time just sort of sitting with myself and being at the beach, being in nature, and just I needed silence, honestly. I needed so much silence in my life, and it gave me a lot of time to sit with myself and like be very introspective about what I want to do and what my future looks like, honestly. And it was really scary and daunting because I just had no idea, and I was doing it alone. I was learning how to live again and navigate life. So I spent 8 months of my time obviously going through hell and thinking about my future and what that looks like. When I finally decided to go back to work, I went back into retail and I just went casually. And that was enough for me because previously I was a full-time manager, and going back into a role like that just seemed like I was biting off more than I could chew. Like I just didn't really feel like I had the capacity to do that. So I went back casually and I went into a completely new job where I didn't know anyone, so I could sort of not have to worry about bumping into people and telling them what happened, etc., etc. Grievers, you'll know. So there was that. And I was still pondering about it. I had thought about writing a book. I had spoken about doing a podcast, and I was creatively trying to think of ways I could do something different and maybe harness what I'd gone through in some sort of way. I didn't really have, I wasn't quite ready. I had lots of fear and reservations about doing that, but I know like I would write down like things that I could talk about or people that I could speak to, or, just so many different ideas about that sort of avenue. But again, I just wasn't really in that sort of mindset to be able to do that. And so I stayed in that sort of job for the next 4 years, honestly. And it wasn't until January of this year where I decided to pack in retail. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try something new. Again, I took 4 months off. And in that time, that was very confusing for me as well, because I was still doing the podcast and I wasn't seeing many results. So I was like, oh, it's just a thing that I'm doing that I'm not really generating money of. And I have my own sort of, I have my own sort of relationship with social media and technology where it wasn't benefiting me in the best sense, I would say. A lot of people would say, in the sense of like, I didn't want to do TikTok. I didn't really even want to do Instagram. I did a page anyway. It wasn't very good. Literally just friends and family on there. And I didn't do X and all the rest of it. It was literally primarily Spotify and YouTube where I was putting the content. But again, I'm not generating any money and I'm not really reaching or getting impressions and all of those sorts of things. Shout out to my sister for watching every single episode. So there was that. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe this isn't going to be the avenue for you then. Think about what you might want to do and how you can help others, how you can actually feel good in your day-to-day life about what you're doing. So I finally figured out, and I went into aged care, which I did really enjoy for a while. And then it wasn't really doing it for me in the sense of I loved the people and the people that I was seeing, but I just didn't like how transactional it was. Like I turn up for an hour and a half and then I have to go. Like I should have just volunteered, if I'm honest, so I can actually have a cup of tea and like sit down and speak to these people, because they are very, very lonely. And fortunately, when I did decide to resign, I got a bunch of numbers and I'm going to catch up with them and, you know, form those relationships. So again, I've decided to quit my job for a second time, maybe a month ago, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to go to England. Let me just figure it out. When I get back, I'll put my brain together and I'll figure out what's next. And then when obviously I posted the video about the UK and I'm never going back, and that's finally started to get some views, and I'm like, oh, that's what I'm going to be doing now. I know it. When you finally start to see a minimal amount of results and that things can happen for you, that's just unlocked another piece of my brain, to be honest. And I'm like, I don't have many viewers or subscribers right now, but I know it's coming. And I know if I just keep talking about the things that really interest me, and things that other people are interested in, it will happen naturally in its own time. And I'm kind of grateful that, you know, when I first started to put out my podcast episodes, that I don't want to say that I didn't really get any views. I didn't, but in the sense of like, I kind of have a backlog of things that people can watch now as well. Granted, not all of them are being watched, but like I do have a base of things where people can come and view from. So that's kind of exciting. And I just know that there's going to be so many different avenues moving forward doing YouTube. Like, it's literally unlocked another part of my brain. And I feel so, like, now that this has happened, it's like giving me a spark for creativity. I'm like, oh, I could do this type of video, you know. And I've been watching some old YouTubers, because I'm not like a new person. No, I am a new person. I'm a new person in terms of YouTube. I didn't have it when I was younger. It's something that I only really started to get into maybe like 4 years ago, really. I would say 4 or 5 years ago that I really started to like just love it and love the platform. And the social, I don't even know where I was going with that, but I will tell you that my disconnection from social media has been like a blessing with it as well. Like being able to not have any of those apps anymore, like Instagram. I deleted Facebook years ago, but it was only Instagram. It's sort of like removed all of those fears that I felt around what other people think. Not that they give a shit anyway, but like, that is not even a part that's in my mind. It's purely like, I think about all of the creative things that I can do and think about, it's like, how can I make a video like this? And you know what I mean? Like, it's so much fun, and it feels quite freeing. It is freeing, and I think we all just want to be, you know, free and be able to do what we want to do and live how we want to live. It's very, very exciting. I'm very, very fortunate to be in a position where I can take time off work and, you know, just figure life out. I put that down to my husband looking after me, late husband, you know. So yeah, it's just something that I'm very, very excited about. And honestly, I've just never wanted to do a 9 to 5. After that passed, it just seemed so hard. And every time I would go into those jobs, I'd be like, why am I not enjoying it? Why is it like, there are certain people that actually can like tolerate their job and, you know, they will do it, but I'm just not doing that. And I was sort of angry at myself, like, why can't you just assimilate and be normal? Why can't you do that? Are you lazy? Like, I'm not lazy by any means. I'm just not doing what I really want to do. I want to be out there in the world, living life on my terms. I want to be earning the money the way that I want to earn it, and I want to be free. I want to be able to do whatever the bloody hell I want to do. If I want to sit here for a day and watch a movie marathon, I'll do that. If I want to go wherever and travel and look after my family and have chickens and all the rest of it, I want to be able to do that. And I think I've sort of just been coming to that over the past 5 years. I've slowly been piecing things together again and what that's going to look like. And I've had so many doubts in so many things, but now I've just really gotten to a place of like, I feel liberated in my life. I feel free. I just don't feel tied down to anything. And it's a wonderful feeling. It's exciting. Woohoo! I just love it. What an exciting time. So for anyone else, I reckon you should do it. Why not? I just live with, fear's just so sucky. Just get rid of it, I reckon. Yes. That's my 2 cents on me quitting my job and where I'm at. I'll do another one in a year's time. We'll see how far I've come. I'm confident. I am that everything's going to work out. I know it will. I don't even believe in the other thing because I hate those jobs anyway, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching if you're still here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know if any of you want to quit your job or have quit your job. I would love to hear in the comments. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah.